Hey, what's going on, everybody? Josh Gates here, coming to you from a random anonymous hotel room here in. I actually have to think about where I am right now. I am in Madison, Wisconsin. Just got off a plane from Paris, France. Literally, just flew to Chicago, and then got in a car and came to Madison. I don't even know why I'm in Madison, Wisconsin, actually, but I'm here. Anyway. I wanted to drop by to say hi to everybody. Hello, Barbara. Hello, folks that are, hello, Neil. I just wanted to drop by to say hi, to encourage everybody to tune in to tonight's Expedition Unknown. It's on Discovery Channel. It's on at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock Central. So if you're on the East Coast or Central, it's in like 40 minutes. Anyway, we went on a really, really difficult expedition this year. Our most difficult show that we've ever filmed in the history of Expedition Unknown. We made a big two-part special out of it. The first part airs tonight, and it's on something called the Dyatlov Pass Incident. And it's one of these stories that has kind of been following me around for years. It's a story that I've known about for a long time, all the way back to when we were making Destination Truth. It was something that it's one of these really terrifying stories, one of these great expedition mysteries of the 20th century that has never been solved. And it's the 60th anniversary of this case, and so we wanted to tackle this story. So for those of you who have never heard of the Dyatlov Pass, let me give you the flyover view. But I warn you, this is one of those like Dateline murder mystery things that once you start looking into, like once you start Googling and researching it, it gets crazier and crazier and crazier. So here's the idea. 1959, we're talking about the Ural Mountains, edge of Siberia in the Soviet Union. And there's a town there called Yekaterinburg. It's a pretty big city in the Soviet Union, not a place that a lot of folks in the West have ever heard of. But in this city, there is like a polytechnic university, there's like a college, and a group of young students forms like a sporting club, like a hiking outdoors club. And they decide that they're going to go on a backpacking, hiking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing expedition deep into the Ural Mountains. And they're doing it kind of to earn like a merit badge for their college, right? They've formed this club and they want to earn this kind of citation that says, okay, we went out and we did this. So they make a plan, and they're going to go to this place called Ortorton, which is this mountain out in the middle of nowhere that is also known as Dead Mountain. Ominous name. It's known that because it's this kind of featureless, weird void of a peak that just kind of sits out there and nothing grows on it. And they're doing this in February. So this is Siberia in February. It's brutally, brutally cold. But these are not like, these are not amateurs, right? I mean, they're young people, they're students, but they're really capable. They're living in the Soviet Union in the late 50s in a very remote part of the country. They're very capable outdoors people. They know what they're doing, so they go off on this expedition, and they don't return. They don't come back when they're supposed to. And so a search party is ultimately launched, and this search party helicopters out and eventually finds their tent on the slopes of Dead Mountain. And in the tent, they find all of their belongings. They find all of their warm weather clothes. They find their food. They find that their stove has not been lit. It's still packed away. Temperatures are like negative 30 degrees. And their boots and all their warm clothes are just sitting there in the tent. And then authorities go around the tent and start searching. And eventually they find all 9 of these hikers. They're all dead. They're all frozen out in the snow in very strange arrangements, and none of them are wearing their warm weather clothes. And it just gets weirder and weirder. The tent itself looks like it was sliced open from the inside. So it's as though for some reason these 9 young hikers decided that they had to flee this tent in these incredibly dangerous conditions to get outside. No one knows why. They all died. And it is one of those stories, it's one of these stories that the closer you look at it, the weirder and weirder it gets. It's an incredibly difficult place to reach. It's a really remote part of the Ural Mountains. And we're going there tonight on the show, and we're going to be talking all about this story. What makes the story even more fascinating is that the students carried 10 different cameras with them. And they all kept individual diaries every night of the trip except for the last night, the night they died. So we're going to be looking at some of their original photos, we're going to be looking at their original diaries, and we're going to go retrace their journey up to Dead Mountain, working with a survivalist and one of the world's foremost experts in the Dyatlov Pass, to examine this case on the 60th anniversary to see if we can actually bring some closure or some better understanding to what happened to these kids. It is spooky, it's terrifying, it's macabre. They're also really inspirational and amazing because they were total badasses who were able to go out into the unknown wearing homemade clothes and leather boots and cross-country ski through this incredibly difficult landscape. So anyway, I just want to encourage everybody to tune in tonight. It's going to be an awesome show and really one of the, I think, best expeditions we've ever done. I'm super proud of this show just because of how hard it was to make. And so, yeah, I hope everybody tunes in. Thanks to all the people saying very nice things about watching the show. I really appreciate it. What do we got here? Hi, Brittany. Hi, Dakota. Some folks on here have heard about this story. Did we speak to the indigenous people there? We did. The indigenous people there are known as the Mansi people, and they were kind of a part of the original story as well. They were the only people kind of living around this area where the hikers died, and they were initially actually suspects in the case. But that didn't really lead to anything because there was just no evidence that actually tied them to the scene, and they actually assisted investigators in looking for the hikers. They were really helpful. They're very peaceful people. They certainly helped us. They kept us alive and kept us warm one night on the trip. So they're really amazing folks as well, and they are in the show. So what else is going on here? Lots of folks say they're tuning in tonight. I really appreciate that. I should do a contest, Dustin says, for somebody to go on a trip. That would be amazing. I would love to do that. Lots of folks have suggested that. It's kind of an insurance network permission thing, but we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. Lots of folks know the Dyatlov story, which is really cool. Lily's saying one of her favorite unsolved mysteries. And lots of folks also who've never heard of it. Mandy from Arizona saying has never heard of this story. There's a website that's run by a woman named Teddy Hajiska, who we work with in the show. It's called, the website address is dyatlovpass.com. So it's dyatlovpass.com. This woman, Teddy, has cobbled together every theory, every photo, everything. When you watch the show tonight, if you're still interested in this, go to Teddy's website. She is the one-stop shop for Dyatlov Pass obsession. Mo, nice to meet you. Leandra, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. Bethany, Grace, is a truthy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for being an old school fan. Tammy, thanks for the kind words. I really appreciate it. Anyway, to everybody tuned in right now, thank you so much for being a fan of the show, for watching, for all the kind words here. My crew really appreciates it. I really appreciate it. We are super proud of this show tonight, and if you like adventure, if you want to go someplace tonight that you have never seen in your life before, please join us. It's 9 o'clock on Discovery, 8 o'clock Central, so coming up here pretty soon if you're on the East Coast or Central. It's an incredible trip to a part of the world that we seldom get to see, and it follows a group of really extraordinary people who died really tragically, and talks about their story and brings their story back into the light on the 60th anniversary of their passing. And I hope you'll check it out. It's a really fascinating, sad, scary, but really incredible story of these people. So, hope to see you all tonight. I'll probably be on Twitter and Instagram. We've got a whole grip of photos from the trip that my crew and I are posting tonight. So, I'll see you online. Watch the show. Spread the word. And, I'll see you later. All the best, everybody. Bye.